Alright, so I was thinking about the gods, you know what I mean? The fucking gods, like Greek gods, fucking Egyptian gods and all this shit. Well, it's clear what they are. They're not some people be like, oh, what is this shit? Oh, what is those gods? Who is the real god? It's like, well, dude, all these are just ideas, okay? They're man-made constructs by civilization trying to explain reality. The same thing with our God, okay? And our God, not our God, but let me rephrase that, the Christian God, okay? It's a monotheistic religion, right? Which means one God, but all of a sudden then there's a God of evil called Satan, Lucifer, whatever. Okay, well that made it polytheistic, for one thing. But two, fucking, so you got all these different gods, right? You got all these different gods. What do they represent? Well, let's figure this out. They're just different parts of our personality. Like, when you're like, you ever been enraged, like irrational rage for for a reason, whatever the fuck, and you can't control it? Well, you're under the fucking control of Aries. Man, you ever had fucking uncontrollable lust? And you're like, just takes you over, right? Well, that's Aphrodite. Well, fucking, I don't know, and then you have, like, in Egyptian mythology, you have Horus, right? Well, you have Osiris, which is, like, the fucking old government, because he's, like, an old man. He's represented as an old wise king, but he's willfully blind. He's willfully blind, and in this story, he's willfully blind. And he's got a evil brother named Seth, but it was Set, and then it turned into Seth, and then that's a precursor to Satan in Christian mythology. But, so then, so Osiris goes out, fucking gets betrayed by Seth, and he goes down in the underworld, and guess what? Osiris is married to, or with, what's her name? She's the goddess of chaos, which is, okay, so they have order and chaos together, right? Together to create the yin and yang, that's what that is. And then Seth, throws his body parts all over, and then she finds his dick, and then she impregnates herself, the goddess of chaos, impregnates herself with fucking, all of a sudden, Horus is born. Okay, and Horus is a falcon, which is the great sight. So that's the ability to pay attention, right? So then goes out, he has to go out. He's got to fight Seth. And Seth, no matter how good you are and how much you pay attention, there's always corruption in a government. There's always corruption and tyranny, not tyranny, but yeah, definitely tyranny. But there's always corruption in any kind of government. And then he goes and he loses his eye. But then he beats Seth. But he can't kill Seth because Seth is a god. It's just something that never dies, just wherever it is. That's what gods are. They can never die. Right? So then he's like, alright. And then that happens. And then he's like, alright, I beat it. And then now fucking she has assimilated his body back together, the goddess of chaos. She puts him back together. She takes him, puts him back together. Then he's in the underworld. Osiris. So then Horus comes down, swoops down in with his fucking little fucking falcon ass bitch ass looking on you, but swoops down. So then all of a sudden, then he raises the old state out of the underworld, out of the chaos, and then together they reign, which means that, so you have tyranny, or you have an old state, wherever you're at, it's dead. It's it's always headed for corruption, this and that. That's why you gotta fucking pay attention and incorporate your culture into your life, right? But with your own means as well, right? So, but basically all these different gods and shit, they're all just a way to describe the things inside of you. There's nothing more, nothing less. Even Satan is originally he's a scapegoat for shit. But the reason that he's the angel of light, like an archangel, right? The angel of light is because he's rationality and reason. The representation of rationality and reason, and it's within everybody. And in Christ and shit is the representation of the heart. If you follow your heart and you get to the fucking point where you're like, I love what I'm doing, and I know that this is my path in my life, then you're reaching Christ consciousness. And that is to be raptured. Like in the fucking Revelation, it talks about how everybody's gonna be raptured. What the fuck? Look up what that means. It literally means beside yourself with pleasure. Okay, well now all of a sudden you're beside yourself because you're getting out of your fucking ego. You're like, that's alright, bang. And then you're like, this is what I gotta do in my goddamn life, right? And then you're fucking moving towards that. No wonder why you feel great, man. You see your goal and you're going towards it, and that's just how it is. It's real simple. It's not this fucking esoteric fucking shit that's gonna happen, all this bullshit. That's not real. It's real. What's real is reality, and people trying to explain it. That's about it. All the gods, not real, besides the fact that they have a meta reality to them. They really do exist. If you're like, okay, well, this is a representation of this, and then you like, oh, I've seen that happen in my life. God damn it, that's so real. So it's like they're not real in the sense of how they're out there just chilling, but they're real in the sense of there's like a meta real, like they really are like inside of you, the different fucking parts of you. That's what it all is. You know what I mean? For real. And then the Titans and shit are like natural disasters and earthquakes and like just the shit that like what, and that's why Zeus got to keep them locked down and shit. And then I'm not fully sure about the Titans, but I believe that they're like shit that is just completely like, I don't know, they're like, I think it's like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and shit like that, like trying to explain all this shit. Because how, like, okay, you're there, you're living life, like how do you explain how any of this happens? How do you explain, like, okay, you've ever been fucking drunk and then all of a sudden you're fucking like really mad and you're just acting a fool or whatever the fuck? What made you do that? Was that you? Like, is that who you think you are? Right? No, or were you under the possession of a god? Wow. Makes a whole lot of sense if you explain it that way. Otherwise it's just a bunch of fucking metaphysical fucking jargon. It's just a bunch of fucking stupid shit, really, if you're like, oh, yep. But really going on, let me just worship these guys. They're like, no, fuck. And then you go, oh, well, each civilization's got this fucking different version, got different ways of trying to explain reality, and then the gods are the way to do it. Crazy. But yeah, rant done, fucker.